let's get the property itself into the LLC. If you're buying a new property in the LLC's name, you can skip this step because the title work happens at your closing. If you already own the rental, the transfer happens with a new deed. The deed is the document that says who owns the property. You'll sign a new deed that moves the property from your name to your LLC's name, and it gets recorded with your county. This is the one step that I probably wouldn't do alone. A real estate attorney or a title company can prepare and record the deed for a relatively small fee, and they'll know the right type of deed for your situation. This part matters because the wrong deed type can affect your title insurance, and some states charge a transfer tax when ownership changes. A local professional will know exactly what applies to you. The big question is, what about your mortgage? Many mortgages include a due on sale clause. That clause says that if you transfer the property, the lender has the right to ask for the full loan balance. For typical loans, the guidelines behind them generally allow transferring the property into the LLC that you own and control. And nothing about your payments changes. You'll have the same loan, the same rate, and you'll keep paying it exactly as before. But it's not something that you should guess about. Before you transfer anything, call your lender, tell them about your plan, and get their answer in writing if you can. Another important thing to be aware of is that if you're planning a cash out refinance on this property in the next 6 to 12 months, do the refinance first and then move the property into the LLC. A cash out refinance means replacing your mortgage with a bigger one and then taking the difference in cash. Lenders for these refinances usually want the property in your name, and they want it to have been that way for a while. So if you transfer the LLC too early, you may have to move the deed back and wait. Refinance first if that's something you want to do, transfer second, and you can avoid all these issues. Once your LLC owns the property, there's one more step. You need to update your lease, your insurance, and your rent payments. This is part of what makes sure you actually get the protection that you created the LLC for. Start with the lease. The LLC is a landlord now, so new leases get signed in the LLC's name. For a current tenant, you can update or re-sign the lease so that the LLC is the landlord going forward. Security deposits move over to the LLC's bank account as well. Next, call your insurance agent because your landlord policy needs to list the LLC as the owner of the property. A policy that still lists only you personally can cause real problems with a claim after the transfer. You should also ask about an umbrella policy if you don't already have one. An umbrella policy is extra liability coverage that sits on top of your other policies, and it's usually inexpensive for the level of protection that it adds. Think of it this way. Insurance is your first line of defense, the LLC is your second, and ideally, you want both. And finally, rent gets paid to the LLC and lands in the LLC's bank accounts. Once these three things are updated, your rental is fully under the LLC. If you've only been following along so far, and you're now ready to start your LLC, remember to use the link in the description to make sure you're getting the best available price with Northwest Registered Agent. Congratulations on protecting your investment, and I'll see you in the next video.